So therefore, let us be realistic and let us turn to our realities and ask the basic questions: why we are here, what is our purpose on this earth, what should we do in this world while we are here, and what is the evidence of the next world. And inshallah, we will discuss that tonight and the next few nights, inshallah. By the grace of Allah, I thank Him for giving me this opportunity to visit you, my brothers and sisters in San Diego, and at the leadership of my respected Sayyid Muhammad Azwini. May Allah bless him for working so hard to establish these kinds of facilities such that the community has an infrastructure by which to plug into in order to maintain a system which is good in moral character as well as in spirituality. It doesn't come for free. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of dedication. The fact that you and I participate in these kinds of programs, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is bearing witness that He created us for a good reason through this action. And therefore, it is an honor for me to be here. It is an honor to come to this wonderful community. It is an honor when I see people talking about God, people talking about Allah. It is such a blessing to see any community, whether it's a Muslim community or a non-Muslim community, when God is being spoken about, it is of the greatest opportunity. But what better than when those who speak about God have the complete religion. They have the complete system, the complete template, the complete examples. So when Allah says, الْيَوْمَ أَكْمَلْتُ لَكُمْ دِينَكُمْ وَأَتْمَمْتُ عَلَيْكُمْ نِعْمَتِي وَرَضِيتُ لَكُمُ الْإِسْلَامَ دِينًا. This religion which has been perfected is such a great religion that you and I under it should be nothing but grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And on that note, I say to you, my respected sisters and brothers in Islam, and my respected Sayyid, Assalamu alaikum jami'an wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah An-Nur, and I'm going to start off because I want to emphasize, I will give you a brief summary of what I'm going to speak about in this 1 hour session. I do ask that the noise level be kept at its minimum because I'm very sensitive to the environment, and when I see a lot of echo and sound and distance from people, because I see you very far, and that sort of creates a divide in my communication. I like to be close to people. I like to be connected because I like communication at the level where you can see my expressions and I can see yours. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Thank you. May Allah bless you. And those of you who are comfortable, I'm perfectly fine. The issue is just that I like to get into it, as they say, when I start talking, because I want to express within this short span of time something which I feel is extremely important. I don't think there's anything more important to talk about than what we're going to talk about in these sessions, because everything else is dwarfed by the very essence of the discussion that we're going to tackle. This is the heart of it, brothers and sisters. In Surah An-Nur, and I'm going to introduce this, that we as Muslims, in case there are non-Muslims visiting us tonight, or anyone is going to watch this session, I want to lay it very clearly that as a Muslim, all of us as Muslims, we have been endowed with a system by which God has prescribed upon us to follow so that we achieve success. At the end of the day, under any system that we look at, even in business, you will find a business that is usually successful is the one that has a good business plan. You have to have a good business plan. And you have to have either quarterly, semi-annual, or annual analysis in terms of the projections and the quality of your business in order to be successful. No successful business has ever reached its intended goals without these templates, as we call it. So I'm going to use a practical example, and you and I will see that logically and rationally speaking, at the spiritual level, which is above all businesses, there is also a super template that everybody needs to attach themselves upon. Otherwise, we will not achieve our goals of existence. Because business is a transient entity where I can own a company, I can make it successful, make a lot of money, and I can relinquish it and give it up and walk away from it. But what I'm going to discuss is something you and I cannot walk away from. We cannot. It's built into our system. Acceptance or rejection, movement for it or against it, has repercussions in it, meaning it's going to affect us, whether positive or negative. You and I have to make the concerted decision whether or not we want to succeed or we want to fail. As Allah says, وَنَفْسٍ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا وَقَدْ خَابَ مَنْ دَسَّاهَا. Very clear. The principles laid in the Holy Quran are very simple and clear. Meaning, and by the soul, the self, وَنَفْسٍ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا, meaning it has been perfected and it has been taught wrong and right. فَأَلْهَمَهَا, Allah has implanted in us, has taught this inner soul in me what is wrong and what is right. What we call the fitrah of haqq and batil. I know it. I don't need an external system to trigger it. No, it's built in. It's an operating system built in. وَنَفْسٍ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا. It has been taught wrong and right, and Allah therefore gives us the solution to it. Allah says, قَدْ indeed أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا. Successful is the one who purifies it. وَقَدْ خَابَ مَنْ دَسَّاهَا. And failure is the one who impurifies it. Meaning the one who takes themselves towards laziness, towards shortcuts, towards rejection, towards kufr, towards challenging the truth and the reality of our existence. Allah says that one is indeed a failure. And the one who works towards submitting and purification and abstinence from that which Allah has forbidden, and rejecting that what the inner soul says is evil, and to fight my own inner desires that are destructive, and we know they're destructive, Allah says that one is successful. Now, we have been given a system, just like in a business plan, Allah has laid the best of plans, which is what our Holy Prophet ﷺ has left us with. Two things. He says, إِنِّي تَارِكٌ فِيكُمُ الثَّقَلَيْنِ. I leave with you two heavy things. ثَقَلَيْن. ثَقَل in Arabic means heavy. Meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, I am leaving your business plan, but your business of activity, your business of your future, your business of your present, if you want to succeed in this plan, you're going to have to hold on to these two things. Kitabullah wa itrati Ahlul Bayt. I leave with you two heavy things. This, by the way, is accepted in the entire Muslim population. Our brothers of Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah and the brothers of the Shia of Ahlul Bayt unanimously agree that Hadith al-Thaqalayn is mutawatir, meaning it is indisputably the truth. Meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has clearly laid the foundation for us, Kitabullah wa itrati Ahlul Bayt. There is not a single hadith, even in the Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, that the Prophet says, Kitabullah wa Sunnati Rasul. There is no such thing. That's an interpolation that does not belong in any hadith books. There is not a single hadith in the Sahih Sittah of Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, nor in the Kutub Arba of the Ahlul Shia, where it says, Kitabullah wa Sunnati Rasul. It doesn't say it. And why did the Prophet say this way? Because it's very clear that the Kitabullah, this book, this template, this Quran, God has fixed it in such a firm way that you will not find crookedness in it. Why? Because for me to succeed in this plan, This system has to be perfect. If it has any faults in it, it will definitely take people away from the path. So the Quran is self-contained. Allah says, إِنَّ هَذَا الْقُرْآنِ يَهْدِي لِلَّتِي هِيَ أَقْوَمُ. Indeed, this Quran guides to the best of ways. يَهْدِي لِلَّتِي هِيَ أَقْوَمُ وَيُبَشِّرُ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ الَّذِينَ يَعْمَلُونَ الصَّالِحَاتِ